Good morning. Welcome to Charlie's Smoking Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing a 8-pound pork butt. Haven't done one of those yet for y'all. So we're going to do that today. Got a little couple special things that we do. Alright, let's get busy. Alright y'all, this is our 8-pound pork butt right here. And you can do it many different ways. We're not doing any trimming on this. We're not trimming off any fat. We're not doing anything. Alright, so but I do like to inject these. And y'all have these kind of injectors, right? The thing I hate about these is having to pull back, do all that stuff. So one day, I was watching Malcolm Reed with Killer Hogs Barbecue. And I saw a video of his, and he had this. This is called the BDI injector. Malcolm Reed Killer Hogs Barbecue, y'all. Alright, so it has this little tube that you put on here. Have the needle. Put the needle on there. Alright, so the way that this works, I have my injection right here. Okay, so I have some apple juice. And I put a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. I can't even say the word. Worcestershire sauce. And a half a teaspoon of the rub. This rub right here is the Outdoor Chef's pork and poultry rub. Y'all see me use it. So I put a half a cup of this in there. No, excuse me. Half a teaspoon of this in there. And a half a teaspoon of the Worcestershire sauce. Now the way that this works, y'all. Put the tube down there like so. You gotta hold it up in the air like this. And just watch it come up in there and fill it up in there. If you're not careful, you shoot your ceiling. But see how that filled up? Okay? I really don't have to hold this. And the advantage of doing it this way, y'all, is I don't have to keep filling up. It just takes it for me in there. It's so easy. And we're going to get some squirters. You always do when you do these. Stand up to get all this area I need to get. Alright, so that's pretty much done there. I'll be right back. Alright guys, this is how we injected it with this thing. Already got it washed up. This is how fast that was. Remember, Killer Hogs Barbecue. Malcolm Reed. You guys go check him out. He's the reason I got into barbecue. Guy's a great competition cook. He's got great videos. Check him out, guys. Malcolm Reed, Killer Hogs Barbecue. The BDI injector, y'all. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and put some rub on this. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of yellow mustard on here. This is just for having the rub stick to it. You're really not going to taste it. The vinegar might do a little bit for you, but it's in the mustard. Alright, so I'm going to take that glove off. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be using is It's Incredible. It's Incredible by Heavily Made Products. Great stuff. You guys can see after this I'm going to be out and help. I'm just kidding. I got more coming from Michael. This stuff's really good. So I'm going to have to use it sparingly, I guess, on this. But I'll put it here on the meat side so I have that good taste on it. This stuff, y'all, is good on everything. Put it on my eggs. I put it on, you name it, it can go on it. Alright. And it works well with any other product. So we can be pretty liberal with this rub, guys. This is a big piece of meat. I'll make sure you get all the sides. Alright, so what I want you to do after this, it's rub, but you don't rub it, okay? Because you're going to cause problems. We're going to pat this rub in. Okay? We're going to push it down into the meat, y'all. Alright, so we're going to do the other side as well, same way. As you can see, I don't have much more of this. I don't know how much I'm going to get on here. But we'll try. You gotta see them out. Anyway, you can see that the butcher kind of trimmed this up on here and got it. That's okay. So this piece of meat we're going to cook with the fat side up. And I'll tell you why. Whatever fat's on there, there's not much, it's going to render down, y'all. And that fat's going to go throughout the meat, and it's going to give that meat flavor. Now, if you have an offset smoker, you might want to put the fat side down to protect the meat. But I do not have an offset smoker. I have a pellet smoker, and it has a heat shield underneath, so we're going to go ahead and cook this fat side up. Alright, so we're just going to sit here for a minute. Let that get ready. Go fire up the pit. I'll meet you outside. Alright, y'all. Put it right there. As you can see, right here is the bone. I'm doing this for a reason to put it on this side. Later, when I put in my probe, I want to keep away from that bone. I'm going to put that right down in there. You can see I have a water pan in here. Keep moisture going. Alright, so we're going to close this lid. We'll be back when I go ahead and spritz it. Alright, so we're about 4 hours in. I've been coming out here about every hour. I'm doing a spritz on this. What I have in this bottle is apple juice and Worcestershire sauce. We're keeping that same flavor profile that we did when we injected it. Okay? There she is. Time to close the lid. We'll be back. Alright guys, I want to show you what a nice beautiful bark's getting on there. Alright, we're going to get this lid closed and let her keep cooking. Alright guys, timer went off. Once you can see this, look at that beautiful bark. It's time to wrap this bad boy. We're sitting at 170 right now. So we're going to pull that off right now and go get her wrapped. Bring you over here so you can see it. Perfectly timed right now to wrap that thing. Meet you inside. Alright guys, it's time to wrap this thing. Get it back out of the smoker. We're going to go ahead and leave our temperature gauge in there. Show you how we're going to wrap it that way. Okay, we're going to spray it a little bit. Not much. Okay, so we're going to get this thing wrapped up here. I'm going to wrap right around this gauge. Okay, so we wrapped right around that. It's still in there. We're going to set our temperature to hit 190, and then we'll pull it back off then. Right, y'all. You see it's wrapped. Put it back in there. Already plugged it back in. I got it on my pork grate. Make it easier to move in and out of the pit once we're done. I'm going to close this lid so we can get her done. Alright, so it reached our internal temp. So to check it, we're going to open it up like so. See that bone right there? That bone's going to pull right out. Alright, so we're going to open it up a little bit. Let the heat come out. We don't want it to cook anymore. And then we'll show you after that what we need to do. Alright y'all, we've let it sit for about 30 minutes. See how that bone just twists right out of there? All the meat just came right off. Look at that bark on this thing, guys. What a beautiful piece of meat. That just pulls apart. Look at that, just comes right apart. Man, that looks so good. Alright, so I'm going to get this pulled apart and show you what we do. Then I'll be right back. I just want to keep going. Man, I'm going to taste it just like this, y'all. That is good. Right, I'm going to get this pulled apart. Then we'll show you what we do in the end. I'll be right back. Alright, y'all, we got it all pulled apart. There it is. Now, when I wrapped it, remember we didn't really put any juice in there with it or anything, because I didn't want to get a whole bunch of apple juice, that apple taste. I want just the taste of this pulled pork. So what we did, we just let it render down. And everything I caught in the foil, I put in a gravy separator. Now right here's the gravy. There's that oil. So we're going to pour this gravy back in here just before it gets to the oil. Right there. Okay? Now we're going to add a little bit more of our pork and poultry rub that we used. Not going to add too much because we really don't want to. We just want to have that taste in there. That's about it. Alright, so we got the gloves. I'm going to toss this up now. Just going to mix up some of that that gravy and some of that seasoning back up in this meat. And there we go. Alright, y'all. There's our pulled pork. Now for the final taste test. Wow. Y'all, I've made a bunch of pulled pork in my lifetime, but that right there takes a cake. If y'all like what we're doing here, please subscribe, hit that like button, and I want to thank you for watching Charlie's Smoking Barbecue. It really means a lot to me that you watch the videos, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, thank you for watching Charlie's Smoking Barbecue. Y'all come back and see us. Now you're here. Now, that was our pulled pork. And I want to remind everybody about the rubs I used. Use that rub from Outdoor Chef Pork and Poultry. And I used That's Incredible from Heavily Made Products. And we went ahead and we used, for injector, the BDI injector, Malcolm Reed, Killer Hogs Barbecue. Everything's going to be in the description box for y'all. Just hit show more. Thanks again for watching Charlie's Smoking Barbecue.